going to be using this lovely little bit of tape here to just tape down. It's quite thin, the tape, and we're just going to tape it down, and we're going to create 8 sections, so a sort of grid pattern for our painting, making sure it's nice and secure so the paint doesn't seep under it. And then we've got some paintbrushes, and we've got some Kuretake paints in greens and blues and yellows. Getting this very pale blue, and we're going to make sort of a wash of it and cover all of these squares up with this lovely wash colour. So you need to let that base layer dry and then grab the yellow paint, and we're just going to make on top of that blue paint. So some semicircles, some lines, whatever comes to mind, just put some shapes in each square. Changing up the patterns as you go, just mixing it up, just whatever comes in my mind I'm putting down on the page, not worrying too much about it at all. So you'll need to let that dry, and then I'm using a greeny kind of colour now. Again, the same kind of process, just thinking of shapes, putting those down on the page and trying to make them just slightly different from one another. I've done some dangle drops above, and this one is sort of like little leaves I'm putting on here. And then I'm doing some little round circles here. So very random, not worrying about it, just putting the patterns down. Using a round brush here to make these circles, and then I swap it up and use the flat of the brush there, and then I've got a flat brush to make some marks. Again, using the flat of the flat brush, but using the end of that brush to make these lovely lines. Continue using the flat brush just because it's good for making these squares and lines, and then I swap over to the round brush because that's good for making circular shapes on your page. The Kuretake paints are good because they give good solid paint when you layer them up like this. So you need to make sure that each layer is dry because you're going to be adding layers on top of layers, and so you need to make sure that they're dry before you do that, otherwise you end up with a muddy mess. And this kind of painting, that's all we're doing. We're just adding shapes, and we're adding and layering on top of those shapes. So I think that's what makes this picture so appealing, is that it is just the shapes. You're just adding them, and you don't really have to think about it. Just do whatever comes out of you. You can be what I put down, but you might have different ideas. You might want triangles, diamonds, all sorts of shapes you can put down on the page, and then just layer over the top and see what happens with it. So that's all dry now, and it's ready for a little bit of doodle art over the top. So I've got a selection of pens here, Posca paint pens and some black fine liners, and I'm just going to outline some of the shapes and add some marks in others. Whatever pops into my mind, I'm just going to go with the flow. So I've got a white Posca pen here, and I'm just doing some lines across. I think that looks really funky. And then I've got the white Posca pen again, and I am making that leaf shape stand out a bit. So I am alternating the pens as I go, and I'm utilising some of the shapes that the paint's made, but then I'm going against some of those paint shapes by adding circles into lines. So whatever comes to mind, I'm just going to add on to my page. I think doodling is really fun to do, and it's a great way to enhance a picture. When you think, oh, it's a bit boring, it's a bit dull, what can I do? Well, just grab your pens and add some marks on top, and it really brings a picture to life. Some lines here, some dots there, some outlining of other marks. It's great fun. So I hope you like this, and if you like this, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing. Maybe you'll leave me a comment. Let me know what colours you've used, what kind of marks you've used. Has it been fun for you? Did you enjoy doing it? I'd love to hear from you. So it's really nice doing these little bite-sized little paintings, because if you don't like one, you're bound to like another, and it's just really fun to do, just doing them all different and just adding some little marks here and there to them. So I hope you get to try this, and if you like this, maybe you'll consider liking and subscribing. Maybe you'll leave me a comment, let me know how you get on. Would love to hear from you. The tape now. I've heated it up with a hairdryer and I'm pinning off very, very carefully. I don't want to rip this. So yeah, you can now see that blue. You couldn't really see it before, that blue that we first put down, but you can see it now. We're pinning away the tape because it's revealing the white cold pressed watercolor paper underneath, and then just pinning it across, and it looks really nice. I think I love this grid effect. I think it's really nice to do like bite size kind of little pictures, and you can cut them up, use them as trading cards or little pictures, or just keep them as one. So I think that's turned out rather well. Really quite happy with that, and it's been really, really fun to do. So I hope you get to try this, and let me know in the comments how you get on. I would love to hear. Do you use the same colours or something different? It'd be really interesting to hear from you. Okay, well, thanks for sharing the time, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Okay then, bye.